Today we're taking a look at these WNBA matches, which are happening on Tuesday, June 13, 2023, and giving you our team and total picks for today. Welcome back to High Stakes. Before we dive into our video, don't forget to subscribe and to push the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos. Also check out our Patreon if you want access to our premium picks. Our Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. You will find the link to our Patreon in the description and comments section below. Seattle Storm vs Phoenix Mercury. The Seattle Storm took the court against the Washington Mystics and walked away from this one with a loss by a score of 71-65 in their last game. Seattle finished having earned a 37.5% field goal percentage, 24 of 64, and made 5 of their 22 shots from distance. At the free throw line, the Storm converted 12 of 16 attempts for a percentage of 75.0%. In reference to getting rebounds, they collected 30 with 5 of them being of the offensive sort. They also recorded 18 dimes for the contest, while forcing the other team into 18 turnovers and earning 10 steals. When discussing defense, Seattle allowed the other team to go 35.6% from the floor on 21 of 59 shooting. Washington doled out 8 dimes and had 8 steals for the game. Furthermore, Washington grabbed 40 rebounds, 8 offensive, 32 defensive, and had 4 rejections. Washington ended up going 81.8% at the charity stripe by knocking down 18 of 22 attempts. They knocked down 11 of their 25 tries from three-point land. Seattle comes into this matchup with a win-loss record of 1-6 on the campaign. They are turning it over 13.0 times per game, and as a unit they are committing 19.4 fouls on a nightly basis. As a unit, Seattle is pulling down 33.6 rebounds per contest and has 105 assists this year, which is 12th in the league in terms of passing the rock. The Storm are connecting on 32.0% from downtown, 49 of 153, and 77.4% from the charity stripe. They average 73.6 points per game, 12th in the league, while shooting 38.5% from the field. When they are on the defensive end, the Storm are forcing 14.3 turnovers per contest, and they draw 17.0 personal fouls. They are giving up 39.3% from three-point land, and they are 7th in the league in PPG allowed, 83.6. The Storm defense is giving up an opponent shooting percentage of 45.1%, 205 of 455, and they surrender 37.4 rebounds per contest as a squad. They are 4th in the league in giving up assists to their opponents, with 140 surrendered on the season. Our team pick is Seattle. In their last game, the Phoenix Mercury took home the win by a final score of 85-82 when they faced the Indiana Fever. The Mercury pulled down 22 defensive rebounds and 7 offensive rebounds for a total of 29 for this contest. They also gave up possession of the ball 10 times while getting 7 steals for this contest. The Fever committed 20 personal fouls in this game, which took the Mercury to the free throw line for 21 tries. They were able to knock down 18 of the free throw tries for a rate of 85.7%. In relation to shots from beyond the perimeter, Phoenix knocked down 9 of 24 attempts, 37.5%. In all, the Mercury finished 29 out of 64 from the floor, which had them at 45.3%. The Mercury allowed the Fever to bury 33 out of 68 tries from the field, 48.5% in this contest. They shot 20.0% from distance by shooting 4 out of 20 and ended up shooting 12 of 16 at the free throw line, 75.0%. In regard to attacking the glass, Phoenix allowed Indiana to pull down 31 in all, 11 offensive. Phoenix has a record of 2-5 so far this season. As an offensive team, the Mercury are shooting 45.3% from the field, which has them ranked 3rd in the league. Phoenix has accounted for 564 PTS for the campaign, 80.6 per game, and they average 30.1 boards per game. They are assisting teammates 21.0 times per contest, 4th in the WNBA, and they lose possession via turnover 16.6 times per game. Our total pick is over. Seattle Storm vs Phoenix Mercury. The Washington Mystics took the court against the Seattle Storm and walked away with a win by a score of 71-65 in their last contest. Washington finished the contest having earned a 35.6% FG percentage, 21 out of 59, and converted 11 of their 25 three-pointers. When they shot from the charity stripe, the Mystics made 18 of 22 attempts for a rate of 81.8%. When talking about getting rebounds, they collected 40 with 8 of them being offensive. They also doled out 14 assists for this game, as well as creating 13 turnovers and having 8 steals. With respect to the defense, Washington allowed their opponent to shoot 37.5% from the floor on 24 out of 64 shooting. Seattle earned 5 dimes and had 10 steals for the contest. Additionally, Seattle collected 30 rebounds, 5 offensive, 25 defensive, and got 7 blocked shots. Seattle went 75.0% from the charity stripe by converting 12 of their 16 attempts. They also buried 5 of their 22 tries from downtown. Washington steps onto the court with a record of 5-3 on the year. They currently have an average of 75.4 points per game, 11th in basketball, while hitting 38.7% from the field. The Mystics are shooting 30.7% on shots from beyond the arc, 58 of 189, and 86.2% from the charity stripe. As a unit, Washington is snagging 36.0 boards per contest and has racked up 143 assists so far this year, which ranks 10th in basketball in terms of passing the ball. They turn it over 13.4 times per contest and as a squad are committing 18.4 fouls on a nightly basis. On defense, the Mystics are forcing 14.6 turnovers per contest and they draw 18.6 fouls. The Mystics' defense is allowing a shooting percentage of 39.7%, 117 of 149, and they relinquish 36.5 rebounds per contest as a unit. They are currently ranked 6th in the WNBA in allowing assists to the opposition, with 148 relinquished so far this season. They are relinquishing 28.8% on shots from downtown, and they rank first in the league in points per game from their opponents, 73.3. Our team pick is Washington. When they last stepped on the court, the Indiana Fever took a loss by a score of 85-82 when they faced the Phoenix Mercury. The Fever snagged 20 defensive rebounds and 11 offensive boards totaling 31 for the game. They also turned the ball over 11 times, while recording 1 steal for this game. The Mercury earned 17 personal fouls in the game, which got the Fever to the free throw line for 16 shots. They were able to make 12 of the free throw tries for a rate of 75.0%. In relation to shots from distance, Indiana knocked down 4 out of their 20 attempts, 20.0%. When the final whistle blew, the Fever finished 33 out of 68 from the floor, which gave them a shooting percentage of 48.5%. The Fever allowed the Mercury to convert 29 of their 64 attempts from the field, which gave them a shooting percentage of 45.3% for the matchup. They went 37.5% from downtown by shooting 9 of 24 and finished the contest at 18 of 21 at the charity stripe, 85.7%. In reference to how they rebounded, Indiana allowed Phoenix to grab 29 in all, 7 on the offensive side. Melissa Smith ended up having an impact for the Fever in this matchup. She converted 11 of 19 for the matchup for a field goal rate of 57.9% and had 12 rebounds. Smith recorded 29 points in her 35 minutes on the court and had 4 assists in this game. Indiana has a mark of 2-6 for the campaign. The Fever are responsible for committing 20.9 fouls per contest and they shoot 74.4% from the charity stripe. They are earning an assist 17.9 times per game, 9th in basketball, and they turn it over 13.0 times per game. Indiana has totaled 638 points so far this year, 79.8 per game, and they grab 36.1 rebounds per contest. When it comes to executing on offense, the Fever are connecting on 43.2% from the field, which is ranked 4th in the WNBA. The Fever on the defensive end are ranked 8th in the league in PPG given up with 84.3. The Indiana defense surrenders 35.5% on 3-point shots, 60 of 169, and their opponents are connecting on 81.3% of their foul shots. They allow 20.5 dimes and 35.0 rebounds per contest, which ranks them 10th and 5th in the league. They are forcing their opponents into 10.9 turnovers per game and have allowed teams to shoot 42.3% from the field, 6th in basketball. Our total pick is over. Atlanta Dream vs New York Liberty. The Atlanta Dream faced the Connecticut Sun and took a loss by a final of 89-77 in their last contest. Atlanta finished with a 41.9% FG percentage, 26 of 62, and made 5 of their 19 shots from downtown. When they shot from the charity stripe, the Dream made 20 of their 24 attempts for a percentage of 83.3%. In relation to pulling down boards, they earned 37 with 10 of them being of the offensive sort. They also doled out 15 assists in this game, in addition to forcing 16 turnovers and earning 6 steals. When it comes to the defense, Atlanta allowed the other team to shoot 43.8% from the field on 32 of 73 shooting. Connecticut distributed 10 assists and had 12 steals in this contest. Additionally, Connecticut grabbed 34 rebounds, 10 offensive, 24 defensive, and had 4 rejections. Connecticut walked away from this one shooting 70.0% at the free throw line by making 21 of their 30 shots. They converted 4 of 15 shots from 3-point land. Atlanta enters this matchup with a record of 2-5 so far this season. They are giving up possession 16.1 times per contest, and as a group they commit 19.4 fouls per game. As a team, Atlanta is grabbing 36.4 boards per game and is sitting with 128 dimes for the campaign, which ranks 11th in the WNBA in terms of passing. The Dream are shooting 35.1% on shots from downtown, 53 of 151, and 80.4% from the charity stripe. They average 82.6 points per outing, 5th in the league, while going 41.5% from the field. When they are on the defensive end, the Dream are able to force 13.4 turnovers on a nightly basis, while drawing 19.9 personal fouls. They concede 33.9% on three-point shots, while they are 11th in the WNBA in points per game from their opponents, 86.3. The Dream are allowing a FG percentage of 42.2%, 94 of 139, and they concede 37.4 rebounds per game as a squad. They rank first in basketball in allowing assists with 133 conceded so far this season. Our team pick is New York. When they last played, the New York Liberty got the victory with a final of 102-93 against the Dallas Wings. The Liberty corralled 33 defensive boards and 5 offensive boards for a total of 38 in this matchup. They also gave up possession of the ball 11 times, while earning 3 steals in this game. The Wings earned 19 personal fouls for this game, which got the Liberty to the charity stripe for a total of 14 attempts. New York has a mark of 6-2 on the campaign. The Liberty are committing 18.0 fouls per contest, and they hit 82.8% from the charity stripe. Their rate of assisting teammates is at 24.5 times per game, first in basketball, and they lose possession via turnover 13.9 times per game. New York has 688 PTS on the year, 86.0 per game, and they pull in 36.4 boards per game. When it comes to offensive execution, the Liberty are shooting 46.3% from the field, which ranks them second in the league. The Liberty defensively are ranked 4th in the WNBA in points per game surrendered with 79.3. The New York defense surrenders 35.5% from downtown, 60 of 169, and opponents are converting on 74.5% of their free throw shots. They relinquish 17.4 assists and 34.8 boards on a nightly basis, which has them ranked 1st and 4th in the league. They are forcing their opponents into 11.8 turnovers per game and allow teams to shoot 40.6% from the floor, 2nd in the WNBA. Our total pick is over.